Hello and a warm welcome to the Tamil Nadu Brief. I'm Sam Daniel. The headlines first. In a landmark judgment, the Supreme Court rules Governor R N Ravi withholding bills passed twice and referring them to the President illegal and arbitrary. Gives assent to all 10 bills and gives a landmark timeline for governors. The assent for bills come as a major blow for R N Ravi. He ceases to be the Chancellor of state universities and AIADMK to boycott M K Stalin's all-party meet on NEET. The party calls it a drama. In a landmark verdict that could set the tone for governors taking on the state governments to fall in line, the Supreme Court today ruled illegal and arbitrary Governor R N Ravi withholding bills passed twice by the Assembly and later referring to the President. In a historic order, the top court gave assent to all 10 bills and laid down a clear 3-month timeline for governors to dispose bills across the country. In its judgment, the apex court said, action of the governor to reserve the 10 bills for the President is illegal and arbitrary, and thus the action is set aside. The 10 bills shall be deemed to be clear from the date it was represented to the governor. It also ruled governors have no discretionary powers and they ought to abide by the aid and counsel of the Council of Ministers. It's a huge setback for governors in the opposition-ruled states where they failed to preserve the sanctity of the constitutional immunity they enjoy, in a sense turning a law unto themselves. A major embarrassment for the union government and the President as well for failing to rein in on these constitutional functionaries.
இந்த தீர்ப்பு தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு மட்டுமின்றி இந்தியாவில் உள்ள அனைத்து மாநில அரசுகளுக்கும் கிடைத்த மாபெரும் வெற்றியாகும். இந்த தீர்ப்பு தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு மட்டுமின்றி இந்தியாவில் உள்ள அனைத்து மாநில அரசுகளுக்கும் கிடைத்த மாபெரும் வெற்றியாகும். திராவிட முன்னேற்றக் கழகத்தின் உயிர் கொள்கையான மாநில சுயாட்சி, மத்திய கூட்டாட்சி தத்துவம் ஆகியவற்றை நிலைநாட்டிட தமிழ்நாடு போராடியது. தமிழ்நாடு போராடும், தமிழ்நாடு வெல்லும்.
The 10 bills R N Ravi had sat on aimed to clip the powers of the governor in his role as Chancellor of state universities. The immediate impact, Governor R N Ravi ceases to be the Chancellor of state universities. I spoke to Mr. P. Wilson, DMK MP, who is also the legal counsel for the Tamil Nadu government, on what triggered this tug of war in the first place and what this order would mean for Governor Ravi. Joining us now, Mr. P. Wilson, the counsel for the Tamil Nadu government, also the DMK MP. Thank you very much for your time. What is historic about this verdict, sir?
The historic is the court has clearly spelled out what could be done under Article 200. The court has clearly gone to the extent of even overruling the earlier decisions in B.K. Pavitra's case, and also highlighting that a governor has to act under the aid and advice of Council of Ministers, number one. Number two, the governor has no option than to give his assent when once the bill has been sent to him twice, for the second time. Number three, if the governor wants to withhold the bills, he cannot retain with himself and he has to immediately return back the bills to the Legislative Assembly. Number four, the governor, when he wants to reserve the bill for the assent of the President, he cannot do it independently except as provided under the Constitution, namely, only when the bill requires the assent of the President, then only he can forward the bills to the President. So, and the landmark thing is, today the court has said, because the governor has acted in defiance of the Constitution, the court will pass an order that the governor has deemed to have granted assent. Thereby, all the 10 bills, the court has granted assent in place of the governor.
The timeline is very important on which the governor has to act now.
Exactly. Now the timelines are fixed. 30 days in the first proviso, wherever the bill comes to him for the first time, and in case when he wants to forward the bills for the assent of the president, it is 3 months.
The bills aim to clip the powers of the governor's role as Chancellor of state universities. Does the governor in these cases now cease to be the Chancellor?
Certainly, under the amendment which have been passed by the assembly, the governor, because he was acting in defiance to the not only to the constitution, in defiance to the act, various act which governs the university, therefore the state government felt that he should be clipped off from all his powers, he should be ousted out, and that is why the 10 bills have been introduced and passed by the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly, and similar types of bills have been even introduced in other states also. So now, by virtue of this court holding that the governor has deemed to have granted assent, the governor has lost all his powers over the university. Now he has no control over the university.
So the Chief Minister will become the Chancellor. With regard to appointment of Vice Chancellors, the governor will have no role now.
No, as per the bill, the state government has got the power to nominate the chancellors.
Lastly, sir, what's the lesson to be learnt by governors, particularly in opposition ruled states?
The governor, particularly in Tamil Nadu, he can't take the Dravidian model government and particularly our Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Mr. M K Stalin, so lightly. We abide by the constitution. We feel that constitution is supreme and the will of the people has to prevail. And that is why at every juncture our leader was very particular that the will of the people has to prevail, and that is why we had gone to the Supreme Court, and today we got a judgment which is going to help the entire length and breadth of India.
And the AIADMK will not attend the legislature party leaders meet. Chief Minister M K Stalin has convened tomorrow, that's Wednesday, to discuss and decide the next course of action on NEET, following the President withholding assent for the NEET exemption bill the Tamil Nadu Assembly had passed twice. Its party chief EPS calls this a drama by M K Stalin to what he calls quell the public unrest on this issue. He questions what decision can this meeting take when the issue is still pending in the Supreme Court. Although AIADMK leaders say they are still opposed to NEET, this boycott comes amid the AIADMK inching towards the BJP for revival of ties before the 2026 assembly elections. BJP is seen to be strongly in favor of NEET.
How many more lies which M K Stalin and his son Udayinidhi will say to the people of Tamil Nadu? How many more these kinds of shameless hoodwinking activities they indulge into? All party meeting call for NEET is nothing but a big drama. What happened to the manifesto promise made by DMK M K Stalin that once they come to power, NEET will be abolished in Tamil Nadu? NEET will be thrown away from Tamil Nadu. What happened to the signature campaign that Udayinidhi Stalin took for abolishing NEET? We were being given to believe 75 lakh signatures were being taken. It all were thrown to dustbin. It is in front of the Supreme Court why DMK failed to appear twice when the NEET was listed. Does M K Stalin has answers for all these, or how many more lies they will shamelessly peddle to hoodwink the people of Tamil Nadu is the question. And what result this all-party meeting will achieve? Can M K Stalin say it? What will be the end result?
Well, that's all the time we have for on this edition of the Tamil Nadu Brief. Hope you liked it. Email me to share your thoughts, ideas and interviews you would like to watch. It is stalin@ndtv.com. See you tomorrow, same time. Goodbye.